right, folks, it's Super Bulldog weekend coming up on April 21st is the actual spring football game as part of the festivities and kind of the highlight surrounding, of course, baseball, softball, and tennis as well at Mississippi State. We bring in Daniel Black, for whom the cowbell tolls, the Mississippi State platform on SB Nation, to talk up the football side of things. Daniel, how you doing today?
I'm just fine, Mark. How are you?
Well, I just realized that I've adorned myself properly, not just for a Mississippi State conversation, but especially Super Bulldog weekend. So this is, if you can give us a feel for this, not me in particular, because I experienced about 6 of these, but it's a big deal, and it's good that the other portions of the SEC sports landscape cooperate in regards to giving Mississippi State the home field for this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. It's Super Bulldog weekend is just a weekend full of sports. There's always the spring game, a home baseball series, a home softball series, and a couple of like tennis matches going on basically simultaneously. It's always a big deal. There's always a cooking competition that goes on. It's basically if there's one weekend in the spring in which state fans sort of all want to flock to, it's Super Bulldog weekend. I remember, guess it's been 4 years by now, Mississippi State, we very wisely scheduled the Ole Miss series on Super Bulldog weekend for baseball, and it attracted the largest single game crowd in the history of the NCAA for a baseball game that weekend. Over 15,500 people showed up for that. State won the game, by the way, which is a good thing. But always there's baseball series, softball, and it's sort of the cherry on top is the spring game that always happens simultaneously in this one weekend.
Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories for me. Mississippi State always good in baseball during the run from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and into the 2000s. For me, Ole Miss was actually a good baseball program just at the time that I was there, and that was not the case prior to that. So there were a lot of fun baseball series there with a few future major league players. The tennis program was extremely good at that point. Don't know how good they are now, but they were like a top 5 program. And the softball was just getting underway, I believe, in the mid 90s. So it was about a 3 or 4 year program at that point. So where did the rest of these programs stand? Baseball, softball, and tennis. How good are they?
Well, our softball team's ranked in the top 25. We're playing a series with Ole Miss as we speak. I think we won earlier today, and there's going to be another game. I think there's a doubleheader today. Our tennis program is still it's not top 5, but it's still easily one of the top 20 programs in the country. I think we're ranked 7th this year, like a 17-2 regular season record. We only lost one SEC match this year, and I think that was like Texas A&M, who's in the top 5. Baseball, we're having a down year this year, primarily because of some distractions with a mid-season coaching change. But as a whole, I mean, we won the SEC 2 years ago, made it to a super regional last year, and made it to the College World Series championship series just 5 years ago. So our baseball program, despite this one down year, is still in pretty in good shape.